You should just. Hello!
Huzzah.
Welcome in. How are we going?
Good.
That's good. What are we doing today, Lenny?
We're finally getting to Lowlight.
Finally.
Anyway.
And why is that? Because unlike the rest of the world, Lenny, we have to wait for things.
Australia sucks for getting classified.
Yes, it does at times. It certainly does. Unless you have those rare instances where, Shockwave just appears in the hands of people who ordered from Zing before anywhere else in the world. Except if you're me, because you didn't order it from Zing. Anyway, I'm not here to talk about Shockwave today or bad distribution. We're here to talk about this guy. Tell me your thoughts on Lowlight, Lenny, as a character.
So he's in my... if I pick three of the best Joes of all time, he would be probably in either my one or two.
Okay. That's pretty high praise. Pretty high praise. Yeah, he's up there for me. I've always been a fan. He's pretty hard not to like, let's be honest. And this is the point in time where we say hello to everyone else who is joining us, because we've got a couple of people here already. Hopefully Lowlight fans as well. So let's throw to the crowd, shall we? First up, Campbell. What's up? How you going, mate? And joining us from COVID-Adelaide, it's Ronnie Trickshot. Aaron can't be here with us today. As much as I know how he would love to talk about a classified figure, he is currently dealing with the Rona. So, yes, he's not sounding too crash hot. So we send our heartfelt well wishes to Aaron to get better. But thank you for joining us. And that is all for now. So, shall we begin?
Yep. I've only been waiting. When did I get this? Like 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago. I think I got this in the mail. And for my favorite character, it's just been sitting in a box in my office looking at me for 2.5 weeks.
That's called self-restraint, Lenny, because we both got them at the same time from the same place.
Well, you got it before me. You've had it a little bit longer.
Well, technically, yes. But hey, at least you didn't have to pay for the shipping. So there's that. You're back to winner.
I'm not doing that again, by the way. I think I'm just going to go through Glenn Langford probably in the future.
Yeah, look,
or Zing.
It wasn't. Look, for some context purposes, we got it from Big Bad Toy Store. They send it out their normal dispatch time, so props to them. It wasn't their fault. It got here to Australia, and then the terminal where it landed had some technical malfunction go on, and it got stuck there in limbo for what? How many days? It was 2 weeks, wasn't it? I think they had it. Something like that.
Time.
Yeah. And so then it finally got delivered to me, and then I handballed mine to Leonard over there.
I find the worst thing, is because I don't usually participate in classifieds. So I bought two now that I really want, which is this one and Shockwave. I thought I was a smart ass and, all smart and shit and got it from Amazon. And same as this, everyone has got their shit, and I'm sitting there looking at photos and videos of people opening, and I'm just like, where's my shit?
Yeah.
Seriously.
Well, that's why I said in my post on Instagram, I was like, for the 3 people who aren't us that still haven't got it, here we are.
Even Shockwave, people are picking up their freaking Shockwaves from Zing, and Amazon still saying 1st of December.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Like, I just wonder if that was an anomaly, or if somehow when Zing get their next round of figures, they'll be in hand before they are in the store again. And I'm rolling the dice to see if that is. But you watch, Lenny, as we have this conversation right now. No doubt it'll end up being delayed. And then America will have it, China will have it, and I'll just be like, I tried.
It really doesn't make me feel good about the product line. Like, it's irking me.
The jokes write themselves, mate. It's
like when you really want to try and get into something, and you've said this before, like when you want to collect something, and when you know it's physically impossible to collect the whole line, like, sort of, what's the use?
It's a pain in the ass. I've always said, the lengths that we have to go to in Australia here to be a classified collector is just craziness at this point. But yes, alas, we press forward and we persevere.
I'll stop me ranting.
And you'll pick up your everyone now and then, and I'll just keep grabbing the ones I want and playing the waiting game.
Yeah.
So we've got it. Oh, look, someone else is saying hello. We'll just flash him up on the screen real quick. Digital Diarrhea. Hello. Good morning from Melbourne, Australia, and from Canberra. So,
all right, I was just smiling at Garvin's comment.
Scotty.
Oh,
let's have a look. Morning, gents. It's great. Decent host not wearing a Queensland shirt. I'll pay that. And this is also true. Dude does love a tank top.
I do.
Yes,
I like the freedom.
He does. But to correct Aaron there, that is not a tank top. That is a basketball jersey. All right?
Aaron wouldn't know what that is. He supports AFL. So
I support AFL too, though.
Yeah, but you also support NBA. So you know what this is.
Yeah. I reluctantly support the NBA. Anyway, let's do this.
Okay.
We've waited long enough.
Lead on.
All right. I have my trusty blade on hand. I'm cutting her open.
Why do you slice from the bottom? Did you explain that in a previous video?
I just think it looks better rather than cracking open the top, and it's easier to get things out. See, straight up and down, no issues.
Bit of Drake started from the bottom.
Started from the bottom, now we're here, Lenny. Started from the bottom, now we're here.
All
right. Bring it out. Bring it out. Bring it out. Boom. There he is. The first thing I've noticed, which I like, is the dark rings around his eyes. That's cool. It's very cool. Is your figure janky in any way? Nothing buckled? Nothing like that?
Show me the dark rings. Show me yours.
You should have them. It's part of the paint-ups. Just going to cut these things off. And I find it easier to cut it from the inside. because this is a case of one of the figures now that has the plastic straps back again. No more of those twisty ties that they went to be eco-friendly. That lasted long now, didn't it? Way to go. Way to go, Hasbro. It's pretty cool art. I like it.
Yeah, even just that inside of there, like that's really nice.
Yeah, that's what I'm flicking up on the screen now. Yeah.
Just wondering how that opens, so like it can flatten or something.
The what?
Like to get this open, like that.
Oh, you're just going to town. Okay. I'd like to see someone make a collage of these pieces of art. I said that before. Excuse me.
This is a figure that I don't want to have sitting in a box. Like I want to have it out and look at it.
Yep.
So any of these pieces, like, because I used to get photos and I'd, go and get matting done and put them into frames and that kind of thing. So when I see things like this, it makes me think, well, how well would that look in a frame?
Yeah. Okay, cool. Something else
Especially
interesting.
Not seeing this artwork anywhere else.
No, and that's what I'm saying. Like, a collage poster of them would be great. I'm just looking at the head now, and no detachable beanie was an interesting choice. They could have done that. Because, Stalker got his beret, so I wonder why they decided just to make that part of the sculpt. Probably costing would be my guess. This figure in hand feels quite, and this might sound stupid, but feels quite plasticky. It doesn't feel gummy compared to some of the other figures. Like, it's quite solid. I don't know. It just feels different. Yeah. Now, I'm going to check the joints out on mine, Lenny.
Yep.
See how the old arm sockets are.
Is that ball joint at the back? Is that normal?
Down here, you mean?
No, this one. The arm ones.
Oh yeah, that's just the shoulder. The shoulders can be pushed back and forward.
I don't think I've seen that on other ones though.
No, I think they've started doing that from memory. That's a recent thing. I could be wrong. Let me just double check. Oh no, that's not. No, the others have it. Yeah, the others have it. It probably just looks a bit more prominent on this figure. Maybe because his vest is sculpted on and not surrounding it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ab crunch on this is a little loose.
I can't get this dude's leg to move. This one's fine. That one moves. This one, there. Yep, now it is.
A little stiff.
I really had to give that a good go.
Yeah, that's pretty normal, man. Some of them are easier than others. This one, for instance, the holster is actually caught around the joint. I'm not going to force that right now. But the other one is a little stiff, but it's maneuverable. He doesn't have the issues that Lowlight does, that's for sure. I mean, sorry, Firefly does. Just looking at the figure, it's a bit... he looks lighter in terms of the shading of his actual outfit compared to previous iterations. What's it like compared to the vintage? I like how we've both just picked up the nearest Lowlight in hand. This was not planned, by the way.
I think in terms of what they couldn't do without was going to be the beanie, the goggles, this red patch.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And the grenades. They were must-haves.
But is the original shading the shading on the original figure in line with this, or is this lighter than the original? I can't really see from here.
It's a little bit lighter, I think.
Yeah, I think they've gone lighter, definitely. Because the Pursuit of Cobra version.
I don't know if it's a color difference or because of the type of paint, because the vintage uses like a glossy paint, whereas this one's a matte paint.
Yeah, it's definitely lighter, man. Like compared to the Pursuit of Cobra version, which is the kit bash that I'm also holding, that's definitely lighter in color. Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. Just going to say hello to good friend of the show, Tony Figs. Hey, Tone. Actually, he's saying hello to Campbell. Wrong chat. There we go. G'day, mate. So, what are your initial thoughts on the figure, Lenny? What do you think? What do you rate it?
Instantly drawn to the face.
Yep.
Because in the vintage one,
the
face is like a bit of a hard ass look.
Yep.
Whereas this one, like in the classified, it's more of a warm, like more personalized.
Yep.
Like this guy looks like he's out there to do the job, and this guy looks like he just finished a college football game and he's about to pick up your daughter.
Even that, or he's had a big night.
These are like the vintage one's got a lot more of these silver clips on his suit as well.
Yeah, they've gone with 2 on here, there and there. I like it.
Yeah, I think in terms of a figure that I'm going to own, like it's a great figure. It's everything we wanted. Like if this had come out with that Falcon head on it, I may not have bought it.
Yeah, well, that goes without saying, I think. I'm going to come back to this, but I'm going to star that one, so we'll come back to that. Yeah. I want to see it kitted up to get more of an idea. Something that's a little jarring to me, and this is not anything new, but the top of the shoulders here, where the joints are there, they're kind of exposed. They're quite exposed on this figure. Like they stand out. And I don't like that. Like, and I know that's like a small grunt, but they look, if you're looking from top down, they're big. Look at it. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, they stand out like dog's balls.
I'm sort of wondering if they've really done something with this guy's shoulders in comparison to other ones, because this may be the first figure that you're going to want to lay him down and have a weapon up.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess, you know, the thing is, if I'm just going to, you know, I'm going to speak to that. Like, that's all well and good. But if you lay him down, there's one problem with that. His head doesn't go up because of the collar of his gear here. That's as high as it can go.
He's never obviously meant to be a laying down sniper then.
No, not at all. It's crouching or nothing, really. Which is a bit crapola, but yeah, what are you going to do? They could have maybe brought that collar down a fraction and made him be able to. Because his hairline.
When you look at the vintage, that collar is pronounced.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure it'll be the same. Yeah, it's the same on the modern as well. All right, let's rip into the accessories.
Okay.
While we do that, Aaron has a question for you, Lenny.
Mate, I've got a 16-year-old, and the boys are starting to sniff around. So,
lucky you're tall and a large man, Lenny.
I work with the theory of being imposing when I first meet them, and that sets the tone for I will rip your face off.
I always think of that scene from Bad Boys 2, I think it is, where the kid rocks up, I think, to take the girl to the prom. And Martin Lawrence and Will Smith basically play good cop, bad cop with him.
There's actually this scene that I really like watching and showing people, and it's 50 Cent in that show he did.
Go on.
And
Tell me more.
Like, he's a father, and this boy turns up to pick his daughter up for prom, and the boy's got like a packet of condoms or something in his pocket, and 50 Cent just pushes it down and says, you know, I'll take you into the room and just have a chat. And you can see the mother and the daughter are just looking at each other like, oh my God. And he walks in there, and there's all these tatted up dudes and Samoans and like a big crowd in there.
I don't think I've seen that. What show is that? Is it a movie or a TV show?
No, it's a TV show. And 50 Cent's like, you know, I know you're going to do the right thing tonight because I don't want, well, I'd have to weep for your mother pushing you around for the rest of your life in a wheelchair.
Is it this? I think Tony's nailed it. Is it Den of Thieves? The bank robbery?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yes. I have seen that. Yeah.
It's such a great
I do recall that now. Yeah. Scotty Garvin takes the daughter into the garage. All right. Accessories, Lenny. You ready to rock?
Yep.
Let's start with the baggie.
Yeah, like the you know, bag's like 2/3 of the box.
Yeah. Well, eco-friendly, Lenny. Like, think of all the cardboard they could have saved. Hasbro, you know, with their agenda, but they failed, didn't they? On that front, the people spoke. I want to start off, once you get this open, I want to start off with the SMG. Which I'm currently fiddle-arsing around with right now.
Bag of Joe chips. Yeah, that one.
That's the one. Now, I've gone ahead and put the clip into it, which is near the handle there. I'm a little torn on this one. On one hand, it's obviously different to his original Uzi, like vastly different. The clip being near the handle there. I don't know. Tony, you'll be able to tell me, is this based on a real life firearm? Because it doesn't look like anything I've seen, but I could be wrong. But it looks like Tony's already spoken. The SMG sucks, but you know me. So I guess that kind of answers my question. It's not anything real world based. I don't feel like a clip would be so close to a handle like that. That's just me. I could be wrong. What do you think of it, Lenny?
I would have said, give me an MP5. That would have been nice.
Okay.
In fact, he was given an Uzi to start off with, is nice and classic. So give me an MP5 And yeah, let's continue with the classic.
Yep. Fair call. I'm with you on that front. Obviously, this is a case of Hasbro and Lenny and the designers trying to make it future forward, and but still staying somewhat true to the original figure. Tony is saying that MP5, MP7. Yep. And one thing that they also could have done with this is put like an optical on it, like a laser or something like that. If he's a night operative, that would make sense to me. But yeah, it's not great.
You've got the I forget what it's called, but the railing system on top of this weapon anyway. So it's sort of, I'd be asking, like, if you go to the lengths of putting that railing system on there, why haven't you put something on it, I suppose?
Yep. Campbell has made a very salient point here. It does look very reminiscent of Alpine's. I'll pay that. Which makes me wonder, when we get Alpine, will they reuse it for him? Wouldn't shock me in the slightest.
Gangster bitches.
All right. Should we do the backpack next?
Sure.
All right. One backpack. Obviously, it doesn't open up to be able to store anything, which is something they really haven't tapped into much, if at all, in the classified line, which is a bit disappointing, because when you're working with such a big piece, why not be able to do that, where you could then stow this if need be, or something else?
If we're ever going to get an opening backpack of anyone, it would be Bullhorn. Like, give me a Bullhorn.
Yeah, fair.
And then his backpack would have the, all the parts in it.
Yep, it does, Tony. It definitely does. All right. Well, I guess the next test for the backpack, Lenny, is let's see how well it fits to the figure. Because some of these backpacks haven't been so great in the past. But this one...
That's a real effort to push it in.
That's what she said. That's fitting flush, though, pretty much. Which I like. It's not falling off like Tunnel Rats, which is absolutely ridiculous, trying to fit that thing. So that's good. That's good. I dig it. But it's still jutting out a little bit. Like your vintage figure got the backpack there, Lenny?
Yep.
Can you just put that on the vintage figure for me and show me how flush that is once it sits on there? Just go right in. Is it contoured to his back at all? I can't really see from this angle. Yeah, it's jutting out a little bit. Yeah. But at least it's staying. I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm filthy. What do you mean I'm filthy? Filthy about what? All right. Well, that's the backpack sorted. There's some nice detailing on there, but there's you know what I'll do? I want to see if the SMG. Oh yeah, the SMG can fit on there. It just sort of sits on there. It's not like it falls off though. It doesn't hold firmly. I don't know if I go the other way, will it fall off? Oh no, that way it stays on. but yeah, it's a bit loose. And we have our first Leonard core reference of the night, and no surprises where that's come from. I have nothing to say about that, Aaron. Campbell likes the backpack, Lenny. Good stuff.
Yeah, it is good. I think it's detailed and it's exactly what you think a military backpack should look like.
Yep. Fair call, like a rucksack. Yep. Cool. All right.
I don't know what they did with the modern figures, but I feel like Lowlight could have, at some point, they could have given him a ghillie suit.
Yes. Like, obviously we have places like Gridiron for that, but yeah, never had a figure released with that. You know, they could have done him as a deluxe, I guess, and done something like that, but maybe down the line.
Like, I would have liked seeing, what is it like? Is it the Jungle Viper?
That came out in the Pursuit of Cobra line.
Yeah, it was a modern figure, and it had like the sort of like a vulture wing type shawl that would go around it.
Yeah, sort of like enclosed it. Yeah.
Like, I would have liked to have seen this being a little bit more expensive, but it coming with, you know, a hidey hole or something like that.
Yep, that'd be
like
the
diorama.
Yep, that would. Yeah, they could have done it and made it a deluxe. That's what I'm saying. Like, flesh it out a bit more. But you know, that's neither here nor there at this point in time. All right. I'll let you pick the next accessory, Lenny. Which one do you want to look at?
Let's do this knife because I want to pack that away.
That's what I was thinking. You must be able to read minds. It is a knife. There is some nice detailing on it. It's got like and I don't think how well you can see that, but on the blade, there's like some detailing there. The classified line, they love a knife. You get a lot of knives. And his sheath for that is on his right leg. There. So I'm just going to go and chuck that in there before I drop it on the ground. And that should stay in there pretty snug. Yep. Of course. Whee! It's not going anywhere. You know, you never really see like any action figure photography of anyone using the knives. Like, ever. It's pretty uncommon. They kind of just, you know, stick to the figure and...
He's a sniper, mate. He's not a ninja. Like, he's not creeping up on people.
Of course. But yeah, it's just like an accessory for the sake of an accessory, in my opinion.
Yeah, well,
but
why not?
Does the OG have a knife sculpted to his leg?
He has this weird thing that I've never been able to work out what it actually is.
That's where the Uzi goes, man. You can holster the Uzi in that.
How does it holster?
You just attach it via the sight line of and it sticks out. It should.
I think people have been telling you furbies, mate.
No, mate. I've done it myself. It should just slot in there.
He has got a knife on that side, just painted on.
Okay. Yeah, flip it around. Have you got it stuck in there? It should just slot in.
No.
Okay.
I'll get you to do a video on that so you can show me.
Done. I'll do a short. I'll do a short for you.
I think the problem with this vintage, though, is everyone's missing the freaking Uzi.
Yeah, it was a pretty small accessory. I think my Lowlight's got got his. Yeah, I'm
And
pretty sure it
that's
does.
the case, what kind of freak ass design is that? Like, is there any military person that's walking around with an
Yeah, I
Uzi
know.
like that? Like, that's the dumbest shit I've ever seen. If that's the case, like, Christ.
Yeah, I know. I don't even know if that was the purpose of it, but I know that it does attach.
I don't reckon it would be. There's nobody in the history of man that has ever holstered an Uzi.
Hey, listen. Don't make me get my Shockwave figure, mate. They've got the holstered SMGs that comes with him, which...
What?
Yeah, you haven't... Did you not watch my review, Lenny? Bloody hell. Where is he? Hang on a second.
On the classified, but not on the OG.
No, on the classified, I mean.
Right.
Did you see it?
I'm sure I've watched your video, but I don't remember holstering it.
Hang on a second. I'll just grab it.
All right.
Where is it? Somewhere. There they are. And the other one you can't really see right now. There. These aren't great, man. Look at that.
Jesus.
Rubbish.
That looks like it's come straight off a Leonard the Core figure.
They're cheaped out on these ones, man. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of those. I think it's the biggest flaw of that figure. But alas, we're here to do low light, aren't we?
Yeah, that's right, Aaron. Who knows what he's doing when he does that?
What are you going to do? Huh? What are you going to do? This is my show. This is my channel. Do what I want. All right? All right. Okay. Next up, I'm going to go with the wind gauge, Lenny. There it is. It's got some good detailing on it. It's not a phone. It's not a TV remote. It's a wind gauge. I can't remember. There is a technical name for it. Someone might be able to tell me in the chat. It's a nice little touch. It's not going to get a lot of use, but I guess you can sit it next to him if you're posing him in photos and stuff like that, or have him hold it, whatever. And that, I think, slots into his leg thing here.
I feel like that was an unnecessary accessory.
Yeah, I guess, they're just trying to give him a bit of extra something to fiddle ass around with. Like, it's pretty common for, modern snipers to have that device. So it's a kind of futuristic sort of element. The original obviously didn't have that. So I get it. I don't hate it. But yeah, it's gonna stay in his leg and not get a lot of use really. And if it was a kid that was playing with this, would probably be the first accessory to be lost quite easily if it wasn't in his leg.
The knife would be like the victim of the Dyson pretty quickly.
Oh yeah. Straight up the Dyson.
That sounds rude. Straight up the Dyson.
Giggity. I've got a t-shirt. That reminds me of a t-shirt I've got. All right. Can confirm I am wearing pants, Aaron. My name isn't Chad. Chad doesn't wear pants. Everyone knows this. But I have pantaloons on. And if you can hear my dog in the background, he's losing his shit about something. All right. Dealer's choice, Lenny. Got a couple of components left. Pick one.
The goggles.
Beg your pardon?
The goggles.
The goggles? Okay. We're doing the
goggles. They do nothing.
The goggles. These guys, the goggles do nothing. I get that reference, Lenny. Would you like to tell our audience who might not where that is from?
It's Rainier Wolfcastle from The Simpsons.
Correct. The goggles do nothing. Now, just looking at these, they obviously are a little bit stretchy, so they can fit over his melon and on his beanie as well. Now let's see how well they go over his eyes for his signature look. Jesus, okay. I've got mine all ass backwards. Hang on. All right, so that's hanging out on his beanie. Now, just going to go back the chat for a second because Tony commented earlier about this. Don't like the goggles. They're not bad, but I gave him repainted snow jobs eyewear. What's your boggle with the goggle, Tone? Feel free to let us know. Have you got yours on his face yet?
Yeah, just put the front on first, and then with your fingernail slide the back down.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got mine sorted. There you go.
I don't think
looks like he's going for a 90s rave. Get his glow sticks out. This
they remind me of what Falcon from Marvel wore.
Oh yeah, as in the films. Anthony Mackie, you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas, yeah, I don't know, like these ones from the vintage, they feel like, you know, the ski goggle type look.
Yeah.
Whereas these ones, I don't know, they just look like sunglasses that have got that old granny string coming behind your head.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't look as you're right. They seem a little bit more. They're more slender, obviously, than the OG will look. They kind of look a little bit like Oakley's.
Now, someone can, I'm sure someone can provide guidance because, you know, we've got 1,000 ex-military out there playing with Joes.
Yeah.
My whole thought pattern with red stuff is that it doesn't break your night sight in the dark.
Right.
So that's why when you have an L torch or a normal torch, you'll put a red filter on the torch so that you can look at stuff and it's not destroying your night sight.
Mm-hmm.
So my question is, as a sniper, someone who's out there being nice and quiet and, you know, not bringing attention to themselves, if you've got red goggles, what are you protecting your night sight from? All those torches that you're out there with? And, you know, and I can't wait. I'm sure there will be someone out there that will provide guidance. That's my way of saying stop being so serious, people, with guns. When you're firing off a sniper rifle, it should be your scope that is actually providing what you need to see.
Yep. Yep.
The few times that I've fired off rifles, I have not worn goggles. Right. And I would actually think it would be pretty cumbersome to be firing off a rifle with a red filtered set of goggles on. So I believe they could have actually done without them on this figure.
Yeah. Look, maybe when they were making the original figure, they wanted to give him a pop of color to match the shoulder patch.
Yeah.
You know, which is obviously for where his rifle stock's going to be held. Maybe it's for when he's, you know, doing like insertions and he's moving through a jungle or urban area or whatever at night, and he's got the goggles. Maybe they're kind of like night vision goggles, maybe, sort of. I don't know.
I think they're just like holstering an Uzi, mate. It's useless, and people just like it.
Fair call. Campbell reckons he looks a little bit like Scott Summers. For the X-Men fans out there, you know, let's be honest. Without him, it's part of his signature look. It wouldn't like let's say they'd done the figure just like that, you know, like and hadn't stayed true to the original. Like this is Lowlight now. He doesn't have those goggles, and instead giving him like I don't know some sort of other night goggle optical head rep thing. You know, people would have pissed and moaned about it.
Lost their shit, mate.
Yeah. Be like, that's not my Lowlight.
Here's an idea, though. Why give us the goggles? Why not just make it like some of the other figures they've done and just make it part of the sculpt?
Yeah. Well, they've done that a fair bit. Like, you know, Buzzer, Ripper, two recent examples. And, you know, with the Buzzer one, which I don't have. Oh, actually, I do have Buzzer. I just haven't opened it yet. But a lot of people complained, and Tony would attest to that they don't fit his head properly. So at least on this occasion, they got it right, and they can sit on his beanie, which I like. I kind of dig that look, and on his face as well. Yeah. This is, I just said something similar, mate. They look like knockoff Oakleys from 93. Man, I used to have a lot of Oakleys back in the day. Like, a lot. And I have no idea.
The Oakley sale yesterday. Twice a year, they drive up from Bells Beach up to Canberra. And they just bring a shit ton of stuff and sell it really cheap.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I got a pair of polarized prisms for I think $100.
Okay. I just randomly somehow saw the other day that they re-releasing a pair that Michael Jordan was wearing. I want to say between 96 to 98, and they're like got like the leather things around here, this part.
Yeah,
I can't remember. I don't think they're called Juliet's. That was another style, but I can't remember the name. But nice sunnies.
The Romeo and Juliet's were the ones that Tom Cruise wore in Mission Impossible 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was wearing the Romeos.
Yeah. Yeah. Jordan. I think Jordan had the Juliet's. They were like that really nice thin frame.
Yeah. They were probably the best glasses Oakley's ever put out, I reckon.
Mate, they were like, I remember they were like about $360 or something bucks a pair when they came out. Shit. Yeah, they weren't cheap because I wanted to buy some. We've got someone showing up who I haven't seen before. This is Aaron the Toy Enhancer. What up, mate? Welcome to the show. Thanks for joining in. Good to see you. All right, Lenny. Well, we are up to the rifle case. Let's have a little look at the detail on here. There is quite a substantial amount.
This is one thing I would have actually liked to have seen on the vintage figure.
Okay. Yeah, look. I don't know. Was snipers carrying rifle cases back in those days? I don't know.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think they would have
Yeah,
been.
they're right.
I think that became a more recent thing. Obviously, with this, it's got the handle, so he can carry it, which is cool. I'm just going to chuck that in his hand for a second and see how easily that attaches. Shouldn't be too much of a hassle. Yep. There we go. Holds it no problem. And it also will fit onto his back, so he can sling it over his shoulder.
Is it meant to go on this side of the thing as well? It doesn't look like it fits.
Yeah, if you look at the hole up there, it will snug on. It should just attach like so.
It doesn't look like it's meant to be there.
No, it doesn't. That falls off. Yeah.
So then, what's that hole for?
That's a good question, Lenny. I wonder if the inside of contents of this will. Is there a banjo in there? Yep, he certainly did, Campbell. Bullhound had a rifle in his case, and when they get around to making him, I'm sure he will have a rifle that he can clip together in his case.
Mate, if they release Bullhorn, I'll be all over that like Aaron on Leonard.
Matt, look, before I put this comment up, it's only a matter of time, Lenny. They'll do him for sure. For sure. Gio has a comment for you, Lenny.
Mate, if you're sticking your little plug into bags, you're not doing it right.
All right. I've cracked the case, Lenny.
All right.
And this will be interesting to see what the contents of yours when you open it up, because Aaron has mentioned a problem that some people have had. Do you have the bipod, Lenny?
Yeah, it's up here, mate.
Yep. Bloody oath.
What
are 2 for 2.
They were missing bipods. What?
Yeah. I remember seeing that as well in one of the Facebook groups. Yeah, some people didn't get the bipod component.
It looks it's easy to repro that bipod.
Well, you are the man on that front. Now, looking at this is pretty cool, man. Like, you know, you were never getting this kind of thing with a vintage figure in terms of like all the extra detailing stuff. Like, if we talk about Bullhorn, for instance, you open up that case, the gun was in the inlay. There wasn't much else from memory.
No, the Bullhorn case had 3 parts in it. And it was the front, back, and middle of the gun.
Yep, that's right. You just sort of clipped them together.
Mm.
Yeah. No, this is cool. All right. Now to try and get the bloody thing out of it. While I do that, I'm just going to completely mention something totally unrelated to what we're doing right now. But I mentioned this in our chat last night, Lenny, at that show I was watching, Last Stop Larimer on Netflix. Get around it, folks. Get around it. It's a bloody great doco. If you like true crime and, you know, a good Aussie story, then you'll enjoy it. And it's already reaching around the world quite a lot of acclaim. So I can't recommend it enough. It was very interesting. One of the best things I've watched all year, actually. But yeah,
You said my videos were the best things you'd ever seen this year.
I never said that, Lenny. I think you're telling porky pies right now.
It sounds good.
But Sure. All right. You already put it all together?
Do it.
Do it. I stand corrected about the wind gauge being the most easily lost thing. The bipod would definitely be going straight up the Dyson, mate.
Yeah.
Now, how does that clip in? Is that got a bracket? Ah, yep, okay. It does just pop in there. Yep, okay. The silencer does not want to go in, and I've just bent the bloody nub.
Yeah, it was. You got to be careful with that shit.
Yeah, look at that. It just bent, like as I tried to push it in.
Yeah, that sucks.
Did you just twist it as you?
Oh, mate, I just forced it until it went in.
That's what she said. What was the show's name? Geo, it's called Last Stop Larimer. Basically, it's about this remote country town in the Northern Territory and the town folk that live there. And without giving too much away, an incident occurs and it all unfolds from there. And it's bloody good.
This is now
it has a crocodile in it. It has dogs. It has wacky country folk. It's good. You'll see, like, the real bush folk in all their glory. I can't get this bloody silencer in, and I'm not going to push that.
One piece to go missing.
What's that?
The magazine.
Hang on a second. Where's the mag? Oh, you're kidding me. Was the mag in the case, Lenny?
It was already in the weapon for me.
Oh, hang on. Oh, yeah. Nah, it's there. Sorry, my bad. My bad.
Like, how are you missing that?
What's that?
I was like, how are you missing that?
Oh, look, I wouldn't put it bloody past Hasbro. We already mentioned the bipod thing. I just want to see. I'm going to show you on camera that this thing is not going in. Like, okay, it's a twist. It's a twisty job. All right, there we go. All right, assembled. One sniper rifle, and I have the scope back to front. Good one, dickhead. There we go. What do you think, Lenny?
Of the rifle, I think it's an excellent sculpt.
Yep.
And together with the fitted bag, like it's easily like one of the best weapons we'll see, I think.
And as you can see, it does fit on the backpack peg as well once it's out.
That's what it's for, you reckon?
Well,
happy coincidence.
Yeah, no, like when Lenny and them design these things, they make it so they can carry everything. So it can definitely, like the trigger guard it's no coincidence that the trigger guard fits around that for sure. So
that's I'm no gun expert, but it seems like a pretty dangerous place to store your weapon is on the trigger.
I know, right? It's a bit silly, but gotta suspend belief when it comes to these things. What was I going to say? Campbell, is the rifle bent? Mine is straight as a die, mate. Like, no issue. Looking
like boomerang bend.
It's probably maybe the silencer. Oh, it's got a slight bend at the tip. But that also could be me trying to bloody jam the silencer on there. So
No, I've got that. I've got a really slight bend as well.
okay, it looks pretty cool without all the other gear on it and just the bipod.
Backpack's a bit weird. It feels wiggly, but it's not coming off.
Okay. I think we already showed this, Aaron. The backpack ports into the rifle case also. So that's what you're right.
Yeah.
That's what you were talking like that, yeah? So you can carry that over, which I don't know about you, man, but to me that seems a bit OTT. Like
that's another dumb thing because no soldier humping around is going to carry that level of backpack outwards. Like that'd just kill his back within 2 hours.
Yeah, and
look at it, mate. Like hold it up. Like where you've got the case coming down to, that's on the back of his legs. Like, how would he walk? He'd just be hitting that thing all the time.
Yeah. That's why, like, I thought it would have made a lot more sense for it to be, just on the side. Like, but that does, like, if you look at that.
Yeah, it's the same again.
It just falls off.
I think just having the handle on the case, that's the key, is this handle. You just be carrying it. And I think, just looking at him, the fact that he doesn't have a ghillie suit, like I don't think he's the kind of guy that's going to be walking 10 Ks to take a shot.
Well, I guess he's that good he doesn't need one, apparently, Lenny. These are the best of the best. He's just disappear into the night with his red goggles on.
The hair's
Campbell.
Thing.
The hair. What about it?
Well, it looks like noodles, mate.
Like noodles. Noodles of noodles.
I mean, it's okay, but it's definitely strange. Like, who's got hair like that?
Lowlight. It's a really bad mullet. Like a cropped mullet. Yeah, well, that's OG, right? Yeah. Which is far less mullety. It's more like a shaggy mop that he's got there that he's just got his...
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at is like, what's his hair look like normally? Him and rock and roll hang out with their surfy
haircuts. Just to Campbell's point here, he's referring to the bent weaponry. Look, they're aware of it, mate. Will we see any resolution on that moving forward? Hope so. Because, when I cracked open Shockwave, the only thing that had a slight curve in it was his truncheon or nightstick, whatever you want to call it. Everything else was hunky-dory. But that's obviously not a big accessory. But they got this right. Like, there's only like a very, very minute bend in it. And that's probably also because it's been stowed away in this and kept straight when it's been packed up. So, oh no. Yes. Look, it will be coming to US Netflix eventually, man, but get a VPN. That will definitely solve your issues. Okay, so going to chuck all this together and see how it looks. And if anyone has this figure and can tell me, like, is there a storage spot for the SMG other than that backpack peg where it kind of reluctantly sits? Because I'd like to know. Because if he's just supposed to carry it, then I'll be a little disappointed. Okay. All right. One sniper rifle. You know what's giving me the shits a little bit? The sight. The sight, if you try to manipulate the weapon at all, it locks in, but it moves around. So that's something to point out. Posing this guy. Yeah, sniper. Fuck, the fucking thing just fell off. I just mentioned that. I'm going to leave it off for now. So you know what? He's not going to be looking down his sight. Whatever. Bipod up. Definitely taking that silencer out. It's giving me the shits as well. Now his finger has come out of the trigger guard. I like the simple look without the optic and silencer. It's not as flashy, obviously, but it works. Because, you know, he can be a day operative too. Doesn't have to be just working at night.
Yeah. So from my perspective, what did I pay? Like $50 or something for this?
Yeah, would have been around that mark. Yep.
So I'm happy with that price.
That's good.
Figure.
Yep.
It has definitely not let me down. The face sculpt, I think, probably isn't optimal, but it's no Falcon, so I'm okay with that.
Yep.
All the details are true to the original.
Yep.
And nothing's sort of taking the piss. I think whoever designed this one in particular was probably a fan of the original.
Yeah, well, Lenny's the head designer. Like, so he's doing majority of the work, and the other people are, you know, doing their bit too. But yeah, look, they've stayed true to the original, which is great. In terms of updating him, I don't feel like they've done in terms of making him more in today's sort of realm of soldier. I don't think they've done a lot to do that. Like, obviously, they gave him the wind gauge and the case, and the futuristic SMG, but that's okay. I don't necessarily need that to be a thing. I'm happy with the fact that it stays true to the original.
Because you know what I wanted here, right?
What?
All I wanted was a freaking Lowlight. I didn't want fancy shit or like dudes telling me this is what it'd look like in the future. Just give me the Lowlight.
Yep. Yeah, and like, you know, they'll likely get around to his bearded version with the black beard and black hair. So, you know, there's other lowlights to look forward to. For those of you who like that figure, I am one of those people. Some people don't. So, Lenny, you're happy with it. I'm happy with it. Yeah. Any criticisms?
Probably just that submachine gun. I would have liked, I think, something OG, like not an Uzi.
Yep.
That's too close. But I think the MP5 just would have been perfect.
Right. Well, you know what, Lenny? I just happen to have something right there in my hand that can give you a little look at what that would look like. There you go.
Yeah.
Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, without the arm stock.
This one, the front stock?
No, the arm, like this one.
Oh, yeah. The shoulder. Sorry, the shoulder stock. Okay.
Just the the one that you should be seeing with Shockwave, like just the normal, no front, no back, just the weapon running in with that.
Yeah. Yep. He does look good with it. You're right. That's a gridiron one for anyone who's wondering. Okay. Yeah, that's a fair criticism. I'll pay that. Mine so far would be that the silencer, and obviously, it's to be twisted in so it stays on. But this peg, if you're trying to just push it in like I did initially, it shouldn't bend like that. That could have easily snapped off.
I think it's just one of these things you just got to be super careful with.
Absolutely. Okay, we're just going to say hello to friend of the show, Payne's Toy Sample. Aaron, greetings, good sir. Thanks for coming along. I was going to say something else. The sight just being a bit wobbly. It's a small gripe. It's no major thing, but when you're posing it and sitting it on your shelf, it's going to stay there, so that's not a big issue. Yeah. I like the figure. I like it. It's definitely hasn't let me down, put it that way. And you get a lot of stuff. You get a lot of bang for your buck. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 accessories. That's a lot. That's good value. Good value for money. Very good value. Good. All right, Lenny, I'm going to ask you now, seeing as how this is my show, and I do my shark ratings when I do my review videos. How many sharks are you giving it, mate?
I'll just give it the full marks, mate.
Whoa! It's got the 5 sharks. Something that is yet to be done on my channel is a 5.
Well,
I
feel that classifieds too. So if I thought it was a piece of shit, then I definitely would not do that. It's just great. It's a great figure. Any gripe I have with it isn't really a gripe. It's just they could have also done this. It's not they should have done this.
Yep. Yep. Look, to be fair, I think 5 is very fair. I don't find that to be hard to believe at all. And I am pretty tough, but all in all, yeah, I'm gonna agree with you, mate. Like there's nothing janky about the figure. Nothing's like falling off or anything like that off the figure. There's no loose limbs. He looks what we expect Lowlight to look like. Detailing wise, great. He's got the ability to hold his accessories, awesome. And yeah, like I said, he comes with a whole lot of shit. Like, I'm there with you.
I would ask though, they seem to, on a lot of these classified figures that they've been releasing lately, not the old ones, the newer ones, they've got that Joe Kong device. So where is it on Lowlight?
The Joe Pro?
Yeah.
Yeah, some of them have it, some of them don't.
But why? Like, let's make it the one thing that no matter what figure you're getting that.
Yeah, it's you're right. It's something that should be, I guess, uniform across the line. I don't know why they don't do it. If it's a case of they seem to be able to fit it in pretty much anywhere on most figures. Like you're right. How is he expected to communicate if he's behind enemy lines? He's got nothing. Nothing. It's a fair point. Yeah. But besides that, I can't really fault it, mate.
No.
I'm happy with it. Here's the question for you. Has it been worth the wait?
Oh, look, I knew it was going to be worth the wait before I even opened it. Like, I knew, regardless of what it come out of the box like, you know, I was always going to be happy with some component of it because it's Lowlight.
Yeah.
They've done so well with it. Like, good on them.
In this day and age, it's all, let's be honest, it's hard to be surprised because we see these figures months ahead of when they're released. We see them when people get them before we do. We see photos, we see videos. Getting them in hand and opening them up, and getting your own perspective on it, of course, is different. But I'm happy with you, man.
I think the thing now is, though, like, given a shit like this, like, excellent figures, stop making bloody janky, like, munted other figures. Like, stop it.
Well,
you've proven you can do good figures.
Well, to be fair, of late, there haven't been a lot of missteps. You know what I mean? And we're over 100 figures now, and we've had one really horrible head in Falcon, which wasn't supposed to happen. Something got screwed up somewhere along the lines in China, most likely, and miscommunication, and the end result is Matt Damon. But, I got to give props to somebody. They've got a pretty good strike rate. What's that?
Like, who's doing these faces? It's like they've gotten, like, someone from their Barbie department to come over and design the faces. They're not hard soldiers. They're pretty boys.
Barbie's Mattel, mate. Different company.
Well, they've gotten someone doing dolls to come and do this. Yeah. And I think the classic piece of evidence is Tunnel Rat. Tunnel Rat is the prettiest male you're going to see in an action figure. And why? Like, these are battle-scarred, best of the best. Like, they're not knocking off for the day and going and participating in model competitions.
Are you saying that Larry Hama's pretty?
No, I'm actually the contrary. Make him. This is the company, right, that scans people's faces in and makes a figure of it.
Not anymore. They've just torpedoed the selfie line, mate.
Get some old photos of Larry Hama and scan the head in. Like, Jesus Christ.
Just want to say what's up to Chaz. Thanks for coming along, man. We've just busted open this guy and cracked on through it and talked our likes and whatnot. I'm happy. Lenny's happy. It's good to see you here anyway, mate. Lenny, who's a pretty boy?
All of us.
My question is, who's a sweet, sweet boy?
Well,
you know who that is? You know who the sweet, sweet boy is? This guy.
It is, mate. Like, there's something about that Tunnel Rat figure where I'm like, what's happening there?
Chad, internet. Oh shit! You never fail to make me laugh, mate. Oh, welcome to Matthew Matson. Greetings, sir.
Hello, Matty.
Yeah, he's cool, man. He's cool. He's very cool. Both Lenny and I are stoked to finally have him after all this time. And thanks for coming along, Matt. It's good to see you, mate. Oh, That is Lowlight. Here's a question for you, Lenny.
Yep.
Knowing what classifieds are coming, is there anyone that tickles your fancy that's on your shopping list besides Shockwave that you're obviously waiting for?
I would say no.
Bloody rude.
I think, like, I would buy that the vamp. I think the vamp's really nice, but at $200 Australian, like, man, I could go and get something vintage that I'm missing for that.
Or why not both?
Yeah, I'm so, like, I just don't have the storage room to be buying large shit like that.
Yep. Well, time to buy a new house.
This is, I love that. Why are we buying a new house? So I can put more figures in there.
Correct. This is the way. Have you got him on a stand there already?
Yeah, that's just one of my stands.
Can you show me that, please? I want to have a good look at that. Hang on, I'm just making.
I've sent you one. Oh, maybe I didn't. I sent you Cobra
can you show me that again? No, you haven't. No, you haven't sent me one of those, man. I need stands. I've got none.
Yeah, I can send you some of these. Just
these cabinets. These cabinets, they're just freestanding, and that is a recipe for disaster, I'm here to tell you.
All your figures are freestanding in those.
The classifieds are at the moment, and a few of them have toppled. So, yeah, I need stands.
All it takes is one of your infamous Melbourne earthquakes.
Mate, it doesn't even take that. All it takes is a fucking tram going past to do it. Yeah.
I don't know if you remember Greenie when he had that last earthquake hit, and all of his stormtroopers. Like,
yeah.
Oh man. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember the photo or video. Yeah. No, I need some stands. I'll talk to you about that backstage. Aaron has a classified he'd like to see. Classified Hardmaster. He'd look like you. That raises a good point though. I wonder if they'll get around to like any of the comic book characters like that. Because we had.
I think it's actually it's a good line to now start chucking out figures that weren't released in the vintage.
Yeah, well, they never sort of leaned into that, like characters that were created in the comic, and that was obviously a licensing thing. But Super 7 are doing like ones from the animated series that never got released, so why can't Classified do it? You know what I mean? Makes sense.
One that I've always wanted to see, it was a Cobra female eel. I don't know if you've seen that episode.
No.
Cobra effectively made female eels.
Okay.
And there was one of them, and it was like Maya. Someone will put the name in soon. Maya or Myra or something like that. And she escaped. And she could breathe
I do. I haven't seen that, but I know. Yeah, I know who you're speaking of. Yep.
Yeah. I'd love to see that as a figure. Because she had such a pivotal role in that episode. So
yeah. Blind Master would be sick to see. We've already had a Blind Master figure from the Retaliation line, which was in the likeness of RZA from the Wu-Tang Clan. I have that figure. But a comic accurate Blind Master. Actually, no, was it the Blind Master? It was the Blind Master. Yeah, it was the Blind Master. But a comic accurate Blind Master would be excellent to see. Absolutely.
Are you shitting me, Chaz?
He's shitting you.
Jesus Christ. Because if they did re-release it, they'd just send all the stock to Australia. And they'd just clump up our stores with it.
I'm not going to lie. In planning my trip to Japan, I've already looked up some film locations from that film to see where they are at. And there's the castle that Arashikage lived in. I think it's in Kyoto, or Osaka, one of them. Osaka, maybe. And I plan to go there just for shits and giggles.
You need to go and find that hole with that big snake.
Oh, yeah. The big snake. God, that was shit. Oh, my God. That once it hit that point in the film, I was just like, yeah, man, this is rubbish. Absolute rubbish. And yes, Quinn times 1,000, Aaron. Quinn in the classified line needs to happen. Again, we've had the retaliation figure, and there's the vintage figure from the early 2000s, an O-ring figure, Aaron. Just FYI, just letting you know. So,
got the information there on the Mara chick.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yep. I haven't seen that episode, but I knew of her.
It's a pretty good episode. And Shipwreck falls in love with her.
Yeah, okay. You're right. Yeah, there's so many episodes of the cartoon I've never watched. Just acknowledge the Quinn, Aaron. You just saw it. We got another new addition to the chat, Lenny. Scree Collects. What's up?
Good.
Welcome to the show. I haven't seen you around before, but thanks for coming.
I've seen these videos in the Misfits group or the Skig Toys group with purchases he's had from usually Chrissy B.
Okay. You're an Aussie like us then. Love to see it. Yeah. I think maybe you might have seen my post in the classified group, the Oz classified group. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. But however you found us, welcome. Aaron would like me to acknowledge Quinn again. I will always acknowledge Quinn, Aaron, as I'm sure you're well aware.
Nobody listened to Aaron. He's got the COVID, got the vid, because he was licking too many cricket bats.
Stay clear of Adelaide, folks. They put people in barrels and they have a lot of COVID. So, yeah, not worth going there. All right, Lenny, any final thoughts? Any news? Anything you'd like to plug? Anything you'd like to leave us on before we chuff off?
Well, seeing as you have a different crowd to my videos, just want to let people know that we're in the last week or so of the diorama competition.
Yep.
So if you're interested, you've got, what are we up to? You've got 11 days to make a diorama. The video with all the rules on it can be found on my YouTube channel. It's a 6-minute video. It'll tell you really quickly what you need. We have one entry right now, and that dude is going to win like 3 G.I. Joe Lego sets if nobody else puts a decent entry in. It's free to enter. International submissions welcome. You just got to pay. Anyone outside of Australia, if you win the competition, you just got to pay the postage on the prize. That's all. But yeah, that's it. That's all I wanted to say.
Yep. And where can people find you, Lenny?
On Facebook under this name, and on Instagram under this name, and on YouTube under this name.
It's that simple. So go check out Lenny's content on his YouTube channel. He's got a lot of Joe stuff, but also he's into acrylic, lots of acrylic, and vintage figures. He loves acrylic. Vintage figures. He busts open cards. Lenny also is the quintessential collector.
So he fixes yesterday, shit. There's a video up right now of me bringing this guy back to his glory. And this was a munted figure. So I've gotten in and painted him, and you can go and watch a quick video on me doing that. Yeah, fixing Joes, that kind of thing.
Yep. And repro stuff.
Yeah.
We love a bit of repro. So yeah, that's where you can find Lenny, folks.
Got to do that video up of me fixing that windscreen wiper.
There you go. Another piece that is often lost to time. Thanks for coming on today, Lenny. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thank you for being patient in waiting like I had to get this bastard onto our shores.
Finally.
We got there. We got there. And just want to give this. Look at that. See?
Thanks very much.
It's that simple. Gotta love that action. Gotta love
That's
it.
Great.
Love your work there, Screet. Aaron has something else to say. I want to see a Lenny video of him chatting up the chick in Toy.
Mate, if you've ever been to Canberra and Fishwick, you should know you should not be chatting up any chicks in Fishwick because you'll be paying for it real quick.
Oh, dear.
After 3 minutes, Aaron, you'll be paying the amount of money. That's all Fishwick's known for.
Oh, my God. Who lives in a place called Fishwick? It doesn't sound like a good place.
It's it used to be known for it's still known for porn and fireworks. It used to be known for until
that's the area, is it? That's the area. So
porn, fireworks, and pine furniture.
What a combo!
It's the only because Canberra's a territory, same as Darwin, like NT. They're the only two places in Australia where you pick up like the really full on stuff.
Yeah, we won't go into that though.
No, not on this broadcast.
Yeah, old YouTube might get a little bit uppity on that front.
I'm loving how Aaron's got a figure as his avatar though, with no shirt on.
All right. Well, we've banged on for a good hour and a half. It went pretty quick, as these things tend to do. But that's Lowlight. There you have it, folks. If you don't have him, go and get him. We both give him 5 sharks. Thanks for watching. Have yourself a great day. And to all of those of you who have subbed to the channel, I appreciate it. And to anyone who might be watching this in the future, just sub! And that's a wrap. Peace.